It hasn't actually started yet. Oh, we're live. Hello. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the stream. I'm so happy to have all of you here. This is awesome.
Happy to be here.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so today is today is an extra fun day because we're playing D&D, and every day is even more fun when you get to play D&D on it. So I think that there's not really anything that needs to be said or needs to be drawn out any longer. I think that we should just get to playing some Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think there's any reason to dally, right?
Well, I wanted to talk about Morrowind more, but I can wait.
Yeah, there we go. And
Have we brought this up every stream? I think
Yes.
we have.
it's because the music, man.
That's fine.
It's the music.
We do have to spend some time talking about Elder Scrolls. It's my favorite.
Likewise.
And
Man.
WoW lore. I
Mm.
could talk forever about WoW lore. Oh my gosh. So good.
They get
Alrighty, so I'm gonna zoom out here a little bit, get the full landing page in there. Alrighty. So, without further ado, let's summarize. After a successful first job as a mercenary team, the newly founded Team of Five was ready to make this gig full time. The group returned to Brennan Fisher, exhausted and ready for a night's rest, but he, the ever-sleazy business partner, immediately tried to talk the party into a mercenary contract for the Fisher estate. The group deliberated on the decision for quite a while. Signing it would mean giving up some personal freedoms and working for a, needless to say, morally disagreeable man. But not signing it could mean upsetting him, something that they were warned to avoid. The group realizes that they were stuck, and the only sensible option for the time being was to agree to this contract, start taking jobs, build up some renown in the hopes of changing their situation along the way. And if they could help people trapped under Summer's Rest's corporate economic system along the way, they would relish in the opportunity. With the contract signed, it slowly began to dawn on each of the party members that this temporary agreement may last much longer than expected. Luckily, the group had their first real chance over the next couple of days to air out some personal tensions. Ashima's Loshari wisdom provide helpful more than once. Poe started to embrace the dangers of combat and possibly helping Cecily realize that she is capable of... Cecily realizes she starts to realize what she's capable of doing. Bianca was able to lend her shop as a temporary home for the team, and her level-headed nature was vital when making group decisions. Desmond gave food to Byron before leaving the Undercity, a sign of solitude under his competitive veneer. His brotherly bickering with Poe continued, but now, with the balancing voices of the group members and Cecily, though it was in small ways, began to display some trust in the group. Whether by admitting her confusions about magic or simply asking what showers and elevators were. By the time the group reached the true city of Summer's Rest, they were ready to soak in the sun, take some contracts, and enjoy a brighter side of what this world has to offer. They acquired 3 such jobs from a notice board. 1, find a missing arrow. 1, to find a missing turtle. And 1, to track down 3 fledgling bandits and bring them back home to their families alive. They set out for the 3rd. They purchased a wagon, horse, and some traveling supplies. So far, their travel has proven easy, and they stopped at a nearby temple for a night's rest and to eat their fill of soup before their second ever job began. Now, as the group continued slowly but surely to form bonds with one another, Cecily was busy finding someone else. She met a supposed pirate captain, Captain Darrow, who seemed to actually quite take a liking to her. He also knew another sorcerer, one who was supposedly struck by lightning and unlocked similar powers. They parted ways, but Cecily made sure to keep this information in mind, and she continued and as she continues to piece together her purpose. So, with that, the group finally heads to rest for the night as Cecily makes her way back to camp, and sleep finds all of you. So, I would like to say, as all of you are heading to sleep, nestled in between the temple on the edges of the evergreen expanse, sleep is peaceful to all of you. Definitely. But for one of you, sleep is a little bit more eventful than what you thought it might be. So, Poe, as you are heading to sleep, you've always felt a connection with water. Anything to do with it. I mean, given the fact that half of your blacksmith shop was submerged underneath the waters of Water's Wake, you've always felt that connection there. But you've never been to the sea. You've never seen the ocean. You've only ever seen the large lake that Water's Wake is built atop.
Mm-hmm.
However, that night, when you head to sleep, you can hear the crashing of waves, as if you were on a ship. You can hear them crashing on the side and settling back down into the ocean. Before you can see anything, you hear that, and you get the smell of salt and fresh water and fresh air. And as you begin to look around, and finally your eyes open and you can see what's around you, you see that you are just standing on water. There is no land to your left, to your right, in front of you, behind you, completely surrounded by water. You know that water genasi, they have this talent of breathing water and shaping water, but this sort of levitating on top as if it is a solid surface is bizarre. And you can see a path, an illumination of light, sort of carving a path through the water. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm going to follow it. I'm going to take that path.
Okay. Alrighty, so you do, and you make your way step after step. At first, you are anxious to make one step, hoping to be able to find purchase step after step after step. But eventually, that fear sort of melds away. You feel confident on here. You feel like you can really handle yourself. You feel a connection to this. Till eventually, you start to see something in the distance. You see a building. These huge marble pillars jutting out of the ocean. This it almost looks like a temple. Do you enter?
Yeah.
Okay. So eventually your feet move from the hardness of the water to solid stone, those marble steps, making your way up to this building very similar to like a Grecian, like a Greco-Roman temple.
Mm.
You take step after step after step, your footprints echoing through these halls. And eventually, as you get to the top, you can see statues surrounding you, stretching down as far as the eye can see. Different people, a man, a woman, but all of them share a similar hue to the stone. They're all a light green to deep blue. They're all reminiscent of the ocean. And you can see a figure all the way down at the end at this corridor that goes on for maybe 100 feet. There's 50, maybe even 100 statues in here. And you can see a figure all the way on the other end of the room.
I'm gonna start confronting the figure cautiously, though.
Okay.
Very cautiously.
Alrighty. How do you want to do that?
I guess I'm gonna call out. What is this place, and who are you? And
The figure shifts their feet. They're back to you, and as they turn, you anticipate to see a skin and flesh underneath that sort of shroud of darkness. But as they turn, they are this entity of just water and sea foam. And it's a man, at least as far as you can tell. The shape of water is genderless, but it begins to move towards you. And a voice rings out, louder than yours. Hoasa Inoa. Correct?
yeah, that's me, but how do you know my name?
You are an Anoa. And so are we. And as his head turns to look at the different statues, you can see that the different tattoos and patterns that you and your father have just had as birthmarks. You can see on these statues, these different tattoos, they begin to glow and emanate this either bright green or dark blue light, creating this shifting color like light refracting through water throughout the entire temple. And as he looks back to you, all of these Enoa went through great strife and pain in the name of glory. And he takes another step closer to you. All Enoa must make this journey. All Enoa form bonds with companions. And all of the Enoa you see before you have left behind a piece of themselves in the world around you. Poe, the path ahead of you is difficult, quite possibly more difficult than any Anoa has ever seen before. But you are special. I grant you the gift of the Anoa to aid you in your quest. The anger and fear and frustration you have felt before, as he reaches a hand up and touches along the side of your face where those tattoos, those birthmarks had been, they begin to glow in the same colors as the people around you, that lime green to dark blue and shifting back and forth. Forget the angers and anguish you feel. Revel in the glory of the Anoa. And as the hand retracts, you have so many questions you want to ask, where these things are, what is happening, and as soon as you do, you are sort of shocked awake, as at this point everybody is sort of getting back, everybody's getting up, they just finished their rest, and everybody's pretty much all packed up and ready to go, as you can feel that somebody's kind of like pushing into your tent, and you can hear that Ashima's kind of like pushing into your tent a little lightly, just kind of ushering you to get up as you all are getting ready to leave. Just very politely, but it does kind of shock you awake from what you were just experiencing. So, in your morning routine, what's everybody doing? As you guys are finally starting to get everything packed up, you just woke up. Poe seems to have had a little bit of a late start as he kind of shocks awake and yelps a little bit. So, what you doing? What is up?
Bianca is going to take out this note she's been writing over the past couple days and just kind of like add like one more sentence to it and scribble like "Love Bianca" and then like fold it up. And she's gonna go to the church and mail it.
Okay.
That's what she's doing.
Yeah, easy enough. There are multiple different temples, and after asking around, you're eventually directed to a priestess who will deliver your message for you, which I know, and it will be delivered.
Woo.
She was
just
gonna...
oh, sorry, just for traveling, it's 1 silver piece.
Oh, and I'll give the silver piece. And also, Joe, I'll send you. I like physically wrote it out because I had so much time at work today. So I wrote it, and I'll
Ooh.
send it to you.
Hell yeah, I'm excited. Alrighty, so Bianca sends out a letter. What's everybody else doing?
I am sun salutationing and meditating.
Very cool.
I would like to
I-
try to balance on my tail. See if I can.
Okay, make a dexterity check. We'll say acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
You like lean back onto your tail and you feel like you have a pretty good footing, and as you go to push up and off, you just kind of tilt back and then over, landing on your side, not able to exactly keep balance for very long.
So it wasn't strength, it was balance was the issue.
Balance was the issue.
Okay. Note taken.
Shima's over there doing tree. You know, it helps if you find a fixed point on the horizon and let your weight and body do the rest.
Okay, I'm gonna try to understand what that means and find a point on the horizon and let my weight and body do the rest and try again.
Okay, make another acrobatics check.
I mean, I've never balanced on my tail. I don't have one. Just do yoga.
You are able to lean back and you balance on your tail for maybe 4 or 5 seconds, and you kind of have to give way just because your tail isn't used to sustaining that much weight, but maybe with some conditioning you actually could do it.
Remember to breathe. Inhale up, exhale down.
I don't know what up and down. What?
You'll feel it.
If Desmond does that at any point again, I would like to use a mage hand to pull his tail out from under. If he does it again.
So
If
Poe is
not,
going to
it's
wake
fine,
up
you know.
and
Waiting.
he's going to quickly start packing up his things, checking everyone's swords and armor and everything, and getting everything packed up and ready to go. Because we have some kids to go save in a very glorious way.
So I will say, just as a clarification, on the back of the notice that you picked off, there were descriptions aside from the photos. So there were 2 boys and 1 girl. All 3 of them were 17 to 18. They were a little younger, a little bit older than Poe and Cecily, but and who knows about Desmond, but definitely younger than Ashima and Bianca. The girl had auburn hair. The boy who is not the son is very tall and has blonde hair. And the son has dark brown hair, is a little shorter, and their hair is very, very shaggy. A lot of hair.
So I'm gonna
Yeah, and when once I'm done kind of like packing everything, getting everything ready, I'm going to kind of go and take a roll call. I'm going to visit Desmond and see his failed tell attempt. And yeah, Desmond, you can do it. Try it again, man. You got it. Put a little bit
I'll
more
keep trying.
and give you a thumbs up, a little bit more chipper than usual. And then I'm going to nod to Ashima. Do you guys have any like weapons or armor you want me to take a look at before we get going? It might be I don't know.
Just my quarterstaff. Hasn't changed.
Cool. That's good.
You did
Yeah,
excellent
I
work
think all
finding
my
those
stuff
merchants.
is good. Sorry, Ashima.
You first.
Well, you were talking actually, so.
No, I just wanted to say he did a very good job finding the markings. I didn't see them, but yeah, it's all.
And I was just gonna say, I don't think anything about my weapons have changed. But if you want to look at them, you can.
No problem. If they break, I'll take a look at them later. Surely after if we do get into any fights or anything, they should hold up.
All right. All right. So, is anybody doing anything else before you begin to head out?
I'm gonna walk over to Cecily.
Okay.
And I'm going to put my hand up and whisper to her, "Is it just me, or does Poe seem a little more chipper than he has been since we've been out?"
Yeah, well, didn't you notice he just woke up from a nightmare? Poor fuck.
Oh no, he's muted.
I am not muted. I don't believe
He's not
you.
muted.
Am
I
I?
could hear you, Mark.
Am I audible?
Yeah,
All right.
I hear you.
Oh, maybe
you-
Evan, you should just
Well, that's
try and
actually.
reconnect.
No, I muted.
You know what? For that moment, though,
Cheers.
that was absolutely perfect. You weren't supposed to hear me, Poe. I just whispered
good.
about you.
How do you know it was a
But
nightmare?
yeah, that's all.
Haven't you had a nightmare? You know when you wake up and you go bleh? Yeah, he did that.
And then I'm just gonna give Poe a side glance and be on my merry way.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds goody to me. So, is anybody doing anything else before you guys head out?
I would like to just go outside and find a tree and start fucking around with cantrips and see if I can get a better sense of how many of them work.
Okay.
Mechanically, I mean, obviously I already know them, but like Cecily doesn't understand them yet, so I'm just gonna. I got a dancing lights, mage hand, poison spray, and shocking grasp. Those are my
Okay.
4 things.
So you're just gonna try and, because you've already used all of those before, just trying to get a better grasp of how they work and what hand signs and words you need
Yeah.
to say in order to get them to go off.
Yeah, and a couple of them I've not really used intentionally. They just sort of. I don't think at any point so far Cecily has intended to cast poison spray. It's just been under pressure. She panicked and gas came out of her chest.
Okay.
So
Sometimes when I get scared, gas comes out of me too. All right, I'm
I'm just glad it wasn't at my expense this time.
22 years old.
Okay, so yeah, for sure. You definitely you begin to work on that, and you start to get a hang of it. You really start to feel like, oh yeah, I get it. I understand what I'm doing. And after about 5 or 10 minutes worth of practice, you're feeling really confident. And right as you're about to be done, and you're just about to straighten your, close out and sort of get the weird magic or the sort of bark pieces that flew back at you as you were kind of shooting into it, you hear a voice come from behind you as you're a little bit deeper into the forest, and the voice says, "You got a warrant for that?" So you turn around, you can
Hi.
see a guard in armor.
So, first off, hello.
Hello.
Um,
See their face is completely covered, helm, everything, all 9 yards. Longsword and shield.
Look, you want to just let this go? Let me just kind of walk back over to my group. I didn't realize these were, someone's precious trees.
Wasn't talking about the trees, girl. Was talking about the magic. Do you have a permit for the magic?
No.
Well.
Maybe yes. What should I? Yes. No. No.
How about this? You being a small one and all, take me back to your group, and I'll ask them if you have a permit for the magic, because any acolytes caught practicing magic without the proper permits from the nation of Bella Clara, well, sent to a school to learn how to use it properly and earn the proper permutation.
Loophole. I'm not an acolyte. I think. I don't know what that is.
Anyone who doesn't have a permit to practice magic is an acolyte.
Oh, well, that's bullshit. Okay. Yeah, cool. Let me just lead you back to my group.
Of course.
I want to lead him the wrong way.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah, what are you doing? Because he's hanging out pretty close behind you.
Okay, so I was told that somebody could make me not blue in the temple, right?
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean there's a
Okay.
likely chance that somebody here could make you not blue. You just don't know. The advice that was given to you from Captain Darrow was fairly vague, as most of the things he said was.
Yeah, okay. So it probably wouldn't be awesome to lead him far away, blind him, hide and run away, and then quickly get turned not blue in the temple.
There are a lot of people here. I mean, this is the sort of portion between the stopping point before you go to Summer's Rest, before you go to Water's Wake, or before you go anywhere else in Bella Clara. So there's a lot of traffic here.
All right, cool. Let's see. All right, new plan. So I'm still gonna lead him slightly the wrong way, not like the opposite direction, because I don't want to have to book it back to my group really quick. But I want to start leading him sort of the wrong way, and I'm just gonna start talking. It's like, so is it normal people just kind of get spells like this?
Sorry, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, my powers just kind of showed up. I was trying to get a hold of them. I don't really have much control over them, you know? I mean, I was just trying to see, like, sometimes... Oh, and then I'm going to accidentally cast dancing lights near his face.
Okay. So that's a hit point thing, right?
No,
Oh, no,
that's,
Dancing lights is the cantrip.
Is
Yeah.
just a little... Yeah.
Okay. So he kind of is disoriented for a little bit, but still keeping an eye on you. His hands just kind of fly through the orbs. Oh, that is very interesting.
Yeah.
However,
God,
I would refrain
sorry, I didn't...
from practicing any more magic without the proper permit. Even if it's by accident.
So... Are we cool? Can I just walk away and figure this out?
No. I'm still going to make sure that if either A, you don't have the proper permit, I tell the people who will be able to get you the proper permit.
Okay. It's just, I feel like I'm gonna keep accidentally doing stuff and getting in trouble, and I just want you to know that, oh God, I'll just do it again. And I want to just keep doing it and start backing away.
just whoops, oh god, I didn't, oh no, oh sorry, oh geez, oh no, oh fuck, and just
Okay.
gradually back away.
Okay. So dancing lights is dim light, right?
I think it's like 10 feet of dim light, but I'm trying to shoot them in his face. I don't know how much that helps. But
if he was more surprised, you're kind of desensitizing him. The more you do it, he's just kind of like when you're in a rave for a really long time, it just becomes. I've never been to a rave before. I'm only assuming, and everything starts to blend in, and the colors and noises are just part of your life now.
Mhm.
He just kind of like keeps trying to swat them out of the way, and then he's like, I told you," and he goes to like grab your shoulder, and do you try and like yank away?
As soon as he grabs my shoulder, I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Oh, all right. Plan B. And then I'm just gonna immediately drop the act. All right, fuck it. I'm leading them back to the group. I need the adults. I need help. I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna say, all right, cool. Let's just maybe I could take you to someone that'll help. I'm gonna try to stop shooting lights now.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna lead them back to the group, and I'm just gonna, Bianca, Sheba, I need a thing, and I'm just gonna bring this adult guard with me into our little.
So you can see approaching you
I was
is
gone for 5 minutes.
Well, you were gone for about 15. As you start to come back, as all of you start to think, well, where's Cecily? You start to hear her yell that. And as you look at her, all four of you look at her, and then you look at the guard in full plate armor with a long sword, and then back at her, and back at the guard. And eventually
Bianca is going to grab some official papers from Brennan.
Yeah,
And-
I was thinking that.
And is going to walk on over.
I'll come.
What seems to be the problem, officer?
Well, the blue one here, she had been practicing magic out in the outer reaches of the temple grounds, and, well, any and all magic users in the nation of Belclara are required to have the proper permit in order to be able to cast certain spells, and really any spells. So,
Right.
I was coming to make sure that she had the proper documentation for the spells she has.
Well, sadly, we're not carrying it with us, but I do have this official documentation from Brennan Fisher himself saying that we are under his kind of job right now. We're employed by him, and we can either go and get it from him, or we can continue on our way doing our job that he told us to do and not, kind of tick him off.
And furthermore, as you'll notice at the bottom, it says confidential information cannot be disclosed by mercenaries unless given permission by Brennan Fisher himself or any member of the Fisher estate. We're not quite sure what magic young Cecily truly possesses. Has she harmed you in any way? By the look of your face, I don't need to be a mind reader to say that perhaps only your pride. Now, we'll take care of her. We can't have her being a burden to anyone else. We simply have a job to do. But I'm afraid I can't hand you the papers, as that information would have to be dealt by Brennan Fisher himself. But I can assure you, anything that she's doing that is bothering you will be dealt with by us severely for the bothering that has been done.
Of course. I understand now. Mercenary contract and all. And he hands the contract back. And he says, well, I understand then you must be familiar with Section B, subsection 12, and Category F of the laws of Belclara, correct?
I'm afraid I'm a foreigner. I'm looking at Bianca.
It does. Bianca is Bianca familiar? Felicity doesn't know.
Make a history check.
Okay. Where is history? I know.
So, the laws of Bella Clara are archaic and they are confusing, and just like the contract you received with Brennan, every single law has about 7 different sub-laws, and inside of that, 3 different categories that go back to a law in different sections. But you don't remember the exact law that he is referring to, but you do know that the typically laws under the letter B, they tend to either do with either A, magic, B, the trading of different types of poultry, and C, the proper amount of cargo and distribution on ships. Those are the 3 topics that are covered in the B subset of the Bella Clara laws. So
Okay.
magic is 1/3 of those, but the other 2/3 are poultry and ship cargo.
Yeah, those two seem kind of irrelevant. So she's gonna assume he's talking about the magic stuff. I'm not as familiar with the law as obviously you are, being that it's your job, but it has something to do with practicing magic, I'm assuming, since there's no poultry and no ships around.
Correct. Yes. So, what that statute dictates is that if a guardsman comes across a magic user without the proper documentation, direct documentation, not a contract condoning their actions, but the proper contracting given to by a mage's college of some sort, that guard may observe and venture forth with that magic user until proper documentation can be found and received. So, if it's alright with all of you, which I merely ask as a pleasantry because it is the law, I will be accompanying young Blue One here until proper documentation can be obtained.
I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, it's fine as long as you know nothing around here goes wrong as well. I hate to take away you from your post. I didn't know what else you had going on, but we had a specific mission. I figured you had a specific mission, and you're welcome to join us, but hopefully nothing goes wrong here in your absence.
There are 34 other guards here, and my job is to keep the peace. That's what I intend to do.
I will say, must you wear the insignia as we go of the Bella Clara you have there? I only ask, and I'll be very transparent here, though as the contract dictates, perhaps I shouldn't be. Well, we're going after some children that have been indoctrinated into a bandit group, and we're trying to get them out without too much bloodshed. I'd prefer none at all. And I think if they see you, might not be great.
If you'd like, I could wear a cloak.
Thank you. That would be more than kind of you.
Of course.
So Poe is going to come out of the tent. He was doing some things and stuff, taking a good, nice, fresh breath of fresh air, And he looks over and he just sees this amazing armor on this guard, and he just can't help. Now look at that. That is some fine armor. Wow, I can't believe they really have guards wearing that around here. It's really nice. So, Cecily, what did you do?
She was practicing magic without the proper permit for it.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, we only found out that you can even do magic a few days ago. I didn't know that there was something more we had to do. Man,
Mm-hmm.
go do that. That's the law, right?
Yeah, it's just more paperwork. Isn't that
Yeah.
fucking cool?
Well, cool. So, I mean, I guess after we're done doing this mission and saving those children, we'll have to figure that out. Thank you for bringing her back, though. We were looking for you, Cecily.
Well,
I don't-
he'll be accompanying us. Is the
Oh, really?
situation? Yes.
Oh, don't you? I mean, I was kind of familiar with some guards in Water's Wake, but it'd be really unfortunate to take you from your post. So, are you sure you would want to come with
Yeah,
us?
we already tried that.
Yeah, we already asked him about that.
I was actually kind of being nice about that, but I was actually unsure. You know, I spent a lot of time reading that contract, and I don't know if you guys have told him this already, but we can't really expose a lot of information.
we did
Yeah,
that.
we talked about that.
Well, that being said, accompanying us, that would mean that you would be exposed to some of that confidential information. And unless we get approval from Brennan, I'm not exactly sure that we can actually allow you to accompany us. In fact, I don't even know if we can really move forward
Have
if you.
brought that up. Looking at Bianca and Cecily.
As you can see,
I think we have brought that up.
Looking at the guard. Did we bring that up?
The law is the law.
Oh, then we did bring it up. Yes, I recall.
Sure, the law is the law, but I think this could definitely affect our work with Brennan and the paperwork that we have signed with him. So we're kind of in a tight situation here, and it's very complicated just to get our friend who we just recently figured out that she has magic. And I mean, I would really hate for you to take you from your duties of upholding the law and everything like that. But I can promise you she's in good hands. And once we're done with this, we'll talk with Brennan about getting this permit and get it ready. I would really hate to bring you along to just some mercenaries doing some of this stuff when you could be stopping a criminal or someone who is probably way more, sorry, Cecily, more sophisticated with magic, probably doing some more dangerous bad things, especially with the cult going on. People really need you out there. And, but I'd be happy to tell Brennan about this, but I'm not sure that, personally, I don't think that we are allowed to accommodate you and expose you to this information. While it may be the law, I'm sure Brennan has a lot to say about this. And with how complicated things are getting, maybe you could just let this one slide.
All right. You can make a persuasion check. That's a. I'll
That was a
allow
fast-
it.
That was a fast talk roll. Those of you who play Call of Cthulhu.
Mm-hmm. I did once.
Felicity did too.
You know,
Oh, I did, yeah.
Yep.
I see.
Sorry, I'm still trying to think of a loophole that we read or something, but I can't think of anything else.
We might be good. We might be good.
We might not be good still, though.
Let the man speak.
I admire the way you talk. And I understand as a mercenary of this Brennan, you feel as though you have some laws of your own to be kept track of. But if that truly bothers you and you think it'd bother him, I'll observe from a distance. Make sure and keep my ears on other things and my eyes on her.
That's fair. I really appreciate you hearing us out with that. But that is something that we do have to talk to Brennan about because, I mean, situations like this, we need to know what to do. And being contractually bind to him, we kind of have to care about his thoughts on these things. But I guess while you're visiting here, I can at least give your armor a polish or something. A touch.
Your patience is very respected. However, I don't think he'll want to leave without at least looking it over.
Yeah, sorry. I'm obsessed. And inspired, actually. If I could just take a look.
He's been talking about it since we saw some guards on the road.
Very well.
So he's gonna pull out his hammer. Take a look at his armor. Lift
He's
his
like,
arm up.
the guard's like, oh, they're...
While he's
They're
getting
using-
examined by Poe, Bianca's gonna go out of earshot with Ashima and ask a question. But I didn't know if Poe wanted to roleplay, so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm doing. Oh man, you guys have not seen Poe this excited to look.
the guard's
Yeah,
like, oh, he's trying to...
Whenever you let him, like lifting his arm and like seeing how it's strapped, knocking on it, see what it sounds like and everything.
Poe, real quick, I'd
And
like
the-
you to make an investigation check.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no.
The guard is like, oh man, he's trying to pull a fast one, but in actuality, Poe's just like, ah.
So, as you're looking over his armor, you can see that it's definitely battle hardened. It's defended him before. As you're looking underneath, specifically the arms and in between the cracks of the breastplate, where you can start to see some of the gambeson, you can see that the gambeson, the
wow.
gambeson it's bloodstained, and it has holes in it that have not been sewn back up. Would you like to repair those while you're there?
Where were they located again?
Just anywhere where there are cracks in the armor. So, like, the in-between part of the sort of pauldron and the breastplate, sort of in the armpit area, along the sides of the chest, and sort of the gambeson leaning, like, down to the waists and hips as well. There's just, like, multiple stab wounds in those areas that's currently has a little bit of blood soak on it. So do you want to repair those?
Multiple stab wounds in between the armor, blood, maybe dried up blood, right? Yeah.
Dried up blood. Yeah, it's not like soaking wet.
These like brutal stabs, like how the hell is he alive type of thing, or
Yeah,
What
Poe,
I
you've killed a couple people. You kind of are like, this guy is either really, really tough, or he should be dead.
one of those two things.
One of those two things for sure.
All right, I'm going to finish looking at him, give him a pat on his armor. Thanks. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been to my father's forge, and it's been a while since I've seen pretty good looking armor too, and I miss it. And I've been trying to work on a personal project myself and see what armor fits. But I have to ask, with the other guards, like what other kind of armor do you guys wear? Or
Silver.
We're gonna jump back now, and Poe asked him what other types of
Yeah.
armor the guards wear,
Right.
and he's going to respond, anything from chain to plate to studded leather, most of the time.
cool. And so I'm gonna whip out just a piece of parchment that I've been using and just kind of make some notes on this paper that I've been working on. Fold it back up, put it back, and yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I know it's a little weird, but
Of course.
I'm gonna help myself.
Alrighty, so now we'll jump to Ashima and Bianca. What are you guys talking about?
What are we talking about?
Bianca's nervous about a guard coming along if we have to use magic again. So, what if I have to use blood magic, and what if Cecily has to use some magic? This might be really bad.
Well, in all things, I would recommend we avoid combat altogether.
Well, that's why we would use magic.
Oh, I see. That is a bit troublesome. Well, if he's observing at a distance, we might at least have something to our advantage. But I guess the other problem is that he's already sort of got us by the tail, knowing that we're at least harboring somebody who is.
Well, I don't like this suggestion, but I was wondering if we should like send someone with Cecily and go get this figured out, because is this just going to be a reoccurring thing? I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure that, knowing Brennan, I doubt he wants to lose us anytime soon. So if I were him, I would likely already have the papers done and dusted with. He likely has them. It's just, as you said, getting to him. Or he can probably make the whole situation go away.
He's probably going to do that and then get her some papers.
Right.
Official papers.
The only problem... so we could send Cecily away, but...
Well, I wouldn't want her to go alone. That could be very bad.
And I don't think the guard does either. And I don't trust leaving a young girl with a strange man we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And furthermore, I feel like if that were to happen, we'd have to pick her up at the local, what did he say, acolytes? I'm not sure what that is.
I didn't remember what he said.
The idea is
acolytes.
The idea is frightening. I just acolytes and magic. I'm not used to that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Long story. Cultural differences in words. My point is, I think Cecily's our best chance at, well, really getting through to these kids.
Yeah. I guess we can just focus on trying to distract him when we get there.
So I think our first course of action should maybe be letting Cecily lead the way. I know it's frightening to put her in a leadership position, and I think it's more frightening for her.
Yeah, she's not going to want to do it. Or
But I
maybe
think
she will. I don't know.
But I think allowing her that space and that freedom to fly will do a world of good for her and a world of good for us.
Okay. Yeah.
This conversation was happening while I was checking him out, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
Good word choice.
You know, does armor always come this big? Armor, oh, they barely fit in here.
God, is your armor always so form fit? Because, you know, I can just really see every crease. So well.
Shiny senpai.
So Poe is
Like,
if you got
no, I wasn't I wasn't flirting with the guard. I was flirting with the armor. You like put a mouth. You're ruining it.
So yeah, I mean, I still have some things I still have to pack up before we leave, but you should probably go let the rest of the guard know that they're going to be a guard down, right?
No, they're fine. There's enough of them here that any problems they'll be able to keep track of. Most of us tend to freely roam around the roads and the cities, just trying to keep the peace as best we can.
Interesting.
Wait, so I have a question. So it's a crime for her to do magic with undocumentedness,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So what would is there like a fine or like what goes on for that?
Are you asking me or are you asking this guard?
I'm asking this guard.
Okay.
Well, typically, there's not necessarily a fine associated with it. Most of the time, they are just sent to Rivers Pass. There is a mage's college there for re-education. Learning how to use their magics properly and responsibly for the nation of Bella Clara as a whole.
That's far.
And there's nothing we can do to convince you to let this slide this one time.
My duty is to uphold the law, and that is what I intend on doing. I'm sure that if you work for this powerful Brennan fellow, He'd be more than happy to get the proper documentation for someone who has not gone through the re-education process in the Mages College of Rivers Pass.
At the end of Bianca and Ashima's conversation, Bianca's going to write up another note and send it to Brennan just to let him know we ran into some documentation trouble. And we'll send that so that maybe on our way back, it's less of a hassle.
If you go to send that out if you walk to the temple to send that out again, I want to walk with you.
Okay.
Okay, alrighty. So he's really just trying to keep an eye on Cecily, make sure she doesn't go anywhere. The rest of you are free to roam, though.
Okay. And there's something I want to talk to Bianca about.
Okay.
And I'll start now. And so I'm going to hold up the parchment that I was writing on, and it looks like a typical, it looks terrible. And that's not even, sorry, don't even look at it. It's not what the card looks like at all, actually. It's part of his personal project, but he's going to show it to you, and you can see that he spent a lot of time like drawing and sketching the markings, or sketching out the armor. But he jotted something down really fast and put arrows towards it, and he's like, so when I was examining that freaking awesome armor, I couldn't help but notice something very weird. I don't know what to think about it. Maybe you might know, but at these points of his armor, where different parts attached and everything, he's kind of pointing where they are. There were these cuts that weren't sewn or repaired, and they were bloody. Like, this guy is either very tough, or he should not be alive right now. Am I crazy for thinking that? I didn't want to bring it up just in sight, especially in front of him. I didn't want to.
Right. Would Bianca know anything about that?
Just like medical knowledge if he should be living or dead.
And also, like, what maybe those, like, does it look like maybe he stole the armor or anything? Or does it look like he's wounded and looks like half dead or something?
I mean, that's hard to ascertain because
I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, you didn't see it. Make a medicine check for me.
Okay. Not good.
We'll just...
Not good.
I did show her where those were, and I don't know if that could help, but...
Yeah, well, that's the reason why she can make the medicine check.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I always forget that I'm the healer of this group.
Should have
I
probably...
have a medicine pack, and that is all.
Okay, so, I mean, you're kind of at the same position Poe is. You're like, he should either be dead, or he's just a very, very tough individual. You're not exactly sure what's what, or which side of the scale it's on.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, I mean, like I said, I didn't want to sound crazy. It's very much like a conspiracy, but I don't know. I think it's kind of weird. I don't know if the guards, especially outside of Water's Wake, are really this independent. And he was very insistent on following us, and his armor just... I mean, if he's really that tough, I don't know a lot of tough guys, so maybe he is that tough, but otherwise, he should be dead, and maybe this is where the conspiracy comes in. Maybe he killed someone to get that armor, I don't know. And I don't know if that benefits him in some way, but I don't know. I just need to tell someone else about it, just so that...
Right. Well, if we can figure out if he's actually a guard or not, that will help us out a lot, because then we can run away and not worry about the law. We just worry about him or something like that.
Actually go to actual guards and get him arrested or something.
Yeah, but that could also get us into some trouble too, since Cecily already...
Well, at least we know what to do with that. And
right, but if we don't have proper documentation, they ask for it, we could be in the same boat.
Yeah, we'll have to take care of that after this, but...
Yeah.
Well, we should get going. Guard or not, we really need to go safely.
Yeah. Basically, when I talked to Ashima, we were going to let Cecily kind of lead this whole thing, and then we were going to act kind of with Cecily distracting him as best. Like, we'll handle the situation as long as he keeps an eye on Cecily.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
And see how it goes.
And, if you ever get a chance to let Ashima know about this, let me know.
Oh, I definitely will. And honestly, we should probably tell Desmond too, because he might be able to be the one that sneaks up and can actually like figure out more information.
Oh yeah, he's really good at that, isn't he?
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna drop off the letter.
All right,
mail
another
it.
silver piece.
Another silver piece. Goodbye, silver. Ooh.
Alrighty, drop off the silver. As you guys are doing that, Ashima, Desmond, Cecily, are you guys doing anything?
No, I'm just kind of.
I'm gonna I mean, I'm not gonna do anything because ever since he said the thing about getting sent to a faraway place to get re-educated, she's a little scared of doing anything at all. So having a guard whisk her away to some distant home is a little too familiar. So yeah.
Is he wearing like a helmet or like a mask or anything? Or is his
Yeah.
face?
No, it is a full face mask. Like everything is completely covered. Sort of like a like those cavalry helms where there is the mask that comes down and can flick back up.
Yeah.
I do you have something you want to do, Desmond?
Not right now. No, I'm good.
If you guys will let me, there's just one quick thing I want to do before we go, because I don't know when next time I'll be able to do this. But while Poe was in the tent when the guard initially came up, while he's packing his things, he's going to take a look at his hammer and book and his dad's journal. I just want to flip through a couple pages with this wonderful morning that he's having. This great, nice, maybe a little hopeful that something has changed with that.
Okay. So as you flip through that, just page by page, you start to, as you're reading along, something clicks for you as you're looking at it, and you don't know what it is, but as you're sort of tracing your fingers along the notes, what was once this sort of archaic, weird, almost runic language that these notes were written in, as your finger just kind of hits one, it just begins to glow a little bit. And you kind of, what? And then you trace your fingers across a few lines, and just in this one section, section of 2 or 3 words, your finger just begins to kind of, almost like an eraser, just removes away the archaic runic language into something you can understand, and you can see this like very thin ring of birthmarks that you never noticed before, sort of wrapping around your finger, and you can see it heading up your arm, like the back of your arm and your forearm, and then it sort of fades once it gets to your elbow, but you can sort of feel that tingling connection in your cheek as you're decoding it. And then it doesn't give you any knowledge immediately. You anticipate to read it and understand that something is somewhere, or this is a next clue, or something like that, but instead, you just feel some type of energy coursing through you, and you feel a connection to your hammer, a connection that you didn't exactly feel before. You feel energetic, and you feel this radiant quality to the hammer now that you didn't feel really ever.
Cool. Then he walks out of the tent and he talks to the guard and checks out his armor.
Okay. All right. Very cool. Alrighty. So with
Unrelated. I just don't worry about that.
with that, Ashima and Bianca, they get back to the your guys' small camp. And the guard is still there?
All right, everyone, let's go.
You know, I think the guard should pack up our tents for us. I think it's only fair.
No, don't worry about it. I got it.
No.
I'll pack us up. I'll get it done.
Oh, if he's gonna come along, he's got to make himself useful.
He's just gonna come on. We have a guest now. He's gonna witness all the cool, glorious stuff we do all the time. Sneaking around, Shima doing his awesome, just long stick stuff, and it's just so cool. And well, I guess Cecily won't be able to do. Well, but, it'll be a good time for him. So don't worry. I'm gonna pack us up real quick, and I already started packing up some things anyway. So
Yeah, I'll help. Just, while I'm packing up a poem, it's called Lao Shu, by the way.
Lao Shu.
Yeah. So you have something to call it.
And he starts writing that down.
Write that down.
Good, Cecily. Good.
I want to look up this guard up and down, and I want to guesstimate how many push-ups do I think he can do.
Make an insight check. What an interesting use of insight.
Oh, yeah.
How many push-ups do I feel like he feels like he could?
1,000,000.
You don't know. You think that the plate armor, the longsword, the shield, I mean, he probably has the conditioning of like an Olympic athlete, where he could probably do, in full plate, maybe 100, 200 push-ups, the way that he's carrying himself.
In Desmond's mind, he says, I could probably give, 200 today. It's a pretty good day. How many push-ups can you do? I'm going to just yell it at him.
In plate or out of plate?
In.
8 or 9.
Well, that's disappointing. And then I'm just going to turn around and walk away.
All right, he doesn't seem bothered at all. He just shrugs.
All right. I think regardless, Cecily's gonna run up to Desmond and grab his wrist and pull him aside and just be like, Desmond, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
You give a shit? Do you want to get me in trouble with this guy?
What? Why would that get you in trouble?
Whatever. You don't know what it's like.
I don't know.
And I'll just...
What? I'm gonna flip her off.
Alright, she'll take it.
Okay.
I'm Cecily, and I'm so special.
Children, please.
Oh, this is where Ashima reveals he's actually Yiddish.
Yeah, he was actually Kakolny this entire time. He's decrepit. He's hundreds of years old.
Oh god.
Joe,
Yeah.
that sound of peeling skin back was nasty.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, because you'd have to accordion, the tiefling body would go.
It's spring back up.
God.
Okay, so with that,
Hello, friend. I used to have a friend that played the accordion, and now I am accordion. Huh? It's fun. No.
No!
Oh my god. Oh no.
the only two people who are alive from your previous campaigns are Warren and Lilith, and that's it. Everyone else is dead. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Does Warren deliver the letter?
Oh my god.
He started the post office. Okay, I'm done. I promise you.
I mean, technically, Father Thonheim never died, right? So,
Just his body.
fair enough.
Yeah. Alrighty, so That was weird. That was like Seinfeld music, like transition music. It's now a sitcom where it's just one
It
set.
feels like it right now.
Tommy moment.
Title this one "The One When Cecily Got in Trouble."
I think every title should be the one where Cecily got blank.
Cecily gets in a bit of trouble, episode 5.
Cecily gets into a lot of trouble, session 0.75. Okay.
Yep,
So,
that was a lot.
moving on from our episode of Seinfeld to our, I don't know, Dragon Prince, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so moving back into what is actually our world. You all pack up your supplies. The guard stays with all of you the entire time. He does keep up his promise, and he does maintain his distance, making sure to always be within 10, 15 feet, but always staying far enough away that he's just out of earshot. And it seems like he's minding his own business. As you get the cart started and you start moving into the forest, as the cart begins to clickety-clack down the track. Sorry. You can hear the cart cracking and the horses whinny. The horse whinny every once in a while. By the way, what'd you guys name your horse?
Reginald.
Reginald. Alrighty. By the way, just so
yeah.
all of you know, in the PCs folder, there is now a cart inventory in there. Granted, you guys aren't, I don't know, Tom Bombadil, so, you know, it doesn't look like that. You don't have a stag pulling, or Radagast, I should say. You don't have a stag pulling yours. Yeah. But, pop that up there. So you guys actually have the ability to edit that. So yeah, if there's anything you want to keep track of, like your tents that are in there, you can go and write those down. I think only one person should edit it at a time. I think just 2, and then one person decides to sleep under the cart. I think that's what you decided on.
Oh, I missed that.
Or 3 people
Well, I mean-
could easily fit in one.
Because we have one short person, and everybody else is not that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're a shorter party, all things considered.
Oh yeah, we bought 2 because we were like, somebody's going to be up to be watching anyway. That's what we decided last time. I remember. So we only have 2.
Yeah. Okay. So
Glad we figured that out.
Yeah, we did that last session. Thank you. It's good remembered. I forgot.
yeah. Okay. So you all continue down the road. And you can see about every 5 to 10 minutes or so, you're passed by a collection of guards. Just 2, normally, just riding in pairs on horseback. As they pass you all, they sort of nod to each one of you, seeing that there's a guard following behind you. They don't ask any of you any questions, but it seems as though since you're out of earshot, they do sort of ride around to them, and you can see a short conversation between them happen, and then they wish each other well and head off in the opposite direction. Sometimes guards pass you a little bit faster, riding past you at a gallop, but other than that, it's really, really peaceful. You travel for about 4 hours before anything kind of comes up. So is there anything you'd like to talk about in those 4 hours, or are you just riding to your destination trying to find these kids?
I'm gonna ask Poe, Poe, you seem rather at peace, almost achieving harmony, in fact. If I were to say so myself.
Well, and he's during this time he's been sketching out some stuff on that parchment, I guess I just for the first time on this trip I just feel very excited. I'm not really thinking much about my father or the things that happened. It's just looking forward. I don't know. I'm starting to feel like in a Noah, if that makes any sense. I guess maybe it doesn't, but when you've grown up, hearing all these great stories about your ancestors and stuff like that, and you were raised in the comforts of Water's Wake, you can feel a little detached, but we're going to be going and potentially saving kids and meeting people along the way and helping people, and I just feel something clicked, and especially last night. I can't really explain it. Still trying to process it, but thanks for noticing.
Well, you'll receive no proverbs or wisdom from me. It seems you're on a good path. You'd hardly need it.
Well, I hope so.
Bianca is probably just going to see that Cecily's maybe even more despondent than usual, and she's going to sit next to Cecily in silence, but is like open for conversation, but won't force it.
Okay. I think this is a long ride. She probably is going to occasionally look back and see if she's currently in eyesight of the guard. Is the guard gonna just keep her in eyesight the whole time, pretty much?
For the most part, yeah. There are times where he might like look off to the side to admire the greenery and mountains that you can see off in the distance. But other than that, no, it's pretty deadlock on Cecily.
Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna, at one point during the trip, look over and just... This guy's really not giving me a fucking break, is he?
No, but we can use it to our advantage until we finally get him off our backs. Well, literally your back, but...
Well, glad it's great for the rest of you.
Well, I didn't mean it as in like, yay, we have something to help us, but the fact that he's only focused on one person is how we can use it to our advantage. Him being here is still a handicap because we needed your magic, probably.
Yeah, well, not doing that now.
No. But I can still, if he's distracted enough by you, I can maybe stop them with magic if need be, if we can't talk them down. But Ishima and I both think that we may just be able to talk to them. You might be able to, like, you, Desmond, and Poe, probably especially, can maybe relate to them on some level and see if you can get them to come home.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to fuck up in front of this guard.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Then we won't make you do anything.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Would you like just to stay in the cart then?
I mean, no, I can stand.
Well, I meant if you just wanted to not be worrying about everything. Do you feel comfortable being alone with the guard, or would you like someone to always be with you?
No, not that.
Okay.
Let me just float around.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
I would like to, when I notice the guards speaking in the background, I'm going to think to myself, God, it would be nice if I knew how to read lips. And then I'm going to go over to Poe and say, Poe, I have an idea. I want to teach myself how to read lips. So I'm going to close off my ears, and I want you to say something to me and I'm going to tell you what it is just by reading your lips.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Desmond, you would be a great person if you stop stealing things.
Desmond, make an insight check. Or we'll do perception? Yeah. Actually, just make a wisdom check for me.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Went through the catalog of everything there. Actually, no, make an arcana check.
You know what? Animal handling.
You really only caught Desmond, great person.
I'm just going to go, thank you, Poe. I'm going to slap him on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I think I really got a knack for that.
Wow. I was actually kind of worried. I thought you'd be a little bit more mad about that, but I was just playing around.
Why would I be mad at that?
Well, maybe keep practicing.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, very cool.
Did anyone else hear this?
To him after. I'm going to whisper to him after that whole thing and be like, not knowing he had anything but feeling, being like, I bet you I could steal that guard's coin purse, and you probably have a lot of stuff in there.
Poe is just confused.
This is the sitcom episode.
Desmond, maybe that's not a good idea. I mean, just remember what I said.
I'll always remember that, Poe.
Good.
Believe you me.
Alrighty, so the cart ride continues for a while. 4 hours pass. The sun is just now getting to the highest point in the sky. You guys left around 8, 9 a.m. It's now noon, 1 p.m. And you are getting close to that, where it was indicated on the back of that map, where those 3 had gone. Now, you start to see, as you start to get to this portion, and you start to get to the afternoon, 1 p.m. time, the number of guards that you're seeing are going down. You're not sure for what reason, but there must be a lull in guard activity from the port city located all the way to the east, closest to Summer's Rest, the smaller port city, and then the Summer's Rest and Water's Wake itself. So, you make your way, and after about those 4 hours, you can see 2 guards on the road, just kind of blocking the road. There's a small campfire to their left. As you begin to approach, one of the guards says, hold there. Stop, please. As you begin to pull up, and you're maybe stopping about 5-10 feet away from them. And I would just like to know who is currently steering the cart.
Maybe Bianca? Unless someone else really wanted to, but she bought the horse, so.
That makes sense.
I bought the horse.
Oh,
You
you
bought the cart, I
did.
bought
Do
the
you want to
horse.
steer it, Desmond?
Yeah, I want to steer it.
Okay, so
how
it's Desmond.
My best friend.
Okay.
And I'm going to do my best Joel, and you're all right, boy,
Who?
to the horse every 5 seconds.
Who are you going to do your best of?
Oh, not Joel. I don't
Nathan
know.
Drake, that's it.
Yep, that's it.
Arthur.
Whatever his name, Arthur.
Alrighty.
They're
So
the same character, pretty much.
All right.
I've not played either game.
that's not true.
Yeah,
You
From
played
that
Red Dead.
perspective, yes.
Let's not talk about this. Let's not set the internet on fire by bringing up The Last of Us. So
Somebody, yeah.
So you stop. The guard standing in the middle of the road, the one on the left, says, "Hold! Stop there!" And you can see that they're both wearing a sort of gambeson with chainmail over it. They have spears in their hands. They do have the crest of Bella Clara sort of emblazoned onto the gambeson underneath the chainmail. And the gambeson is colored a dark purple in the representative colors of the nation of Bella Clara. And the two of them are standing, and you can see a collection of 2 tents and a campfire. Seemingly, you kind of gather that this might just be their station. And the 2 guards, the one on the left, like I said, says, "I'm sorry, but in order to pass, we've been assigned as tax collectors in order to pay the guards who keep the roads safe. If you pay your dues, then you'll be free to continue."
Well, Bianca's holding the group money, so she'll get down and approach.
Do we have to pay if we're being escorted by a guard?
That's a good question.
And there's that kind of lingers.
And I'm just gonna stare deep into this man's soul.
Okay. And at this point, the guard who had been accompanying you finally makes his way up towards the side of the cart and says, "So, what do we have here?" And the 2 kind of they take a couple of steps back, and they say, "We've been assigned to collect the toll for the safety of the roads of Bella Clara."
Wait a minute.
Oh.
I think I know this trick. I wanna hold on here, buckaroonies.
Time out.
Are these? Is this the bandits? I wanna. Can I? Is there a way if I can see if these are the bandits without yelling or use bandits?
Make an insight check.
Okay. I think I know this trick they're pulling. I may have done it.
Call them, write a mean name thieves can't. Like in the dirt, see if they react.
Oh, sorry, you rolled it. My bad. Woo, I was staring like, when's
Yeah,
she gonna
yeah.
roll it? All right. They do seem awful nervous for just doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
And the guard takes a few more steps forward. And he sort of eventually now is up next to the horse past Bianca and Desmond, and he says, "So, who are you with? The Bloody Bears? The Land Sharks? The Mountain Screamers?
Oh, that's a good name.
Who is it, huh? I'm assuming that it's not just you, correct? Not just you two." And now at this point, he's right up next to the 2 younger individuals who were standing there. And he's standing in front of the one on the right now. And looking at the guard. Ah. You're the one I'm looking for. Good. I'm glad you found you already. And you see the guard take off his helmet and hold it in his hands, and all of you can just see the back of his head. And he definitely looks older than you imagine. Definitely, what was once a thick mane of black hair is now just grays and whites with only hints of black left in it. Takes the helmet. Says, "Now listen, I don't do this often, but I take great pride in any and all children I happen to have whenever I come stop at port, or if I happen to make my way inland a little bit. So, boyo, I recommend you drop that spear, you tell whatever friends you've got hiding in the trees to fuck off, and then you head back to your mum. How's that sound?" And let me go ahead and make an intimidation check. And you can see the boy on the right is just really confused. And he's like, what do you mean? I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. I'm not gonna go back because some random guard told me to. And you can see the boy start to take a few steps back, and the guard just kind of grab onto the gambeson and chainmail right around the chest and lean in real close. It's all right. Well, if you're not gonna go back willingly, I suppose then I'll take you back unwillingly. And he raises up the helmet, and as he comes back, Cecily, he looks at you sitting in the back of the cart. You recognize this man. That's Captain Darrow, the man that you talked to last night. He raises the helmet up, he looks at you, and he gives you a wink, and then he slams it into the head of the boy and just kind of sends him flying on to the ground. And then as soon as he hits the boy and he kind of collapses onto the ground, you can hear the one who is still standing up to his right shout, "Help!" And you can see that coming from behind the trees in different areas, you can see different bandits wearing a smattering of different types of armors, definitely not guards, peek out from around the trees holding crossbows, getting ready to fire at the lot of you. And that is where we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Felicity, we knew it.
Yep. Actually, I was thinking that when Joe, you started talking, I was like, oh, that sounds like Captain Darrow. But I was like, oh, well, I don't want to point it out because that'd be kind of I didn't want to be like, hey, voices are mixing together or anything like that.
No, I get it. Yeah, no.
And we also didn't meet the captain.
Yeah, we didn't. But also, I didn't think it was the captain. I just thought it sounded like the captain. So I'm a little bit plot twisted right now.
I had a feeling with the armor, but
nobody is who we thought they were in that.
I am not who
there.
I thought I was.
Not a single guard was a guard.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break, so we will be back at 7:14, and this time I have got a special treat because I now have a break screen for the campaign that will go to when we're away, to let people know that we're away. Excuse me. So no more mindful minutes, sorry. But we will be right back. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. Alrighty. So I do recommend just going to the YouTube link because I'm very proud of myself that I figured out how to do that. It also plays music, and there's us. We aren't talking. But I am gonna go get water real quick. Alrighty, I'm back. unmute. No, okay. Hello, and now we're back. Sorry, I forgot to unmute the channels on here. That's good that you missed out on that weird rock riff that was coming through.
Where was the AC/DC from?
It's
Australia.
happening.
Cameron, it's coming from you.
What?
The AC/DC is coming from you.
How is it coming from me?
I don't know, but when you muted, it muted.
That's so. What I. It's a ghost.
Okay.
It's an Australian ghost.
Is that what Australian ghosts sound like?
Yeah.
Instead of going,
They crack open a can of VB and they listen to AC/DC. And they say, I'm like a sickie tomorrow. I don't know, actually, no. At least it's calling off work, I don't know. I mean, I went to Australia, as you guys know. And by that, I mean, I trapped myself in a room and cried when I was supposed to go and couldn't because pandemic.
2020. I still hear it,
Yeah.
and it's really going.
It's not.
It's not me either. Is that something?
The stream. This stream is now dedicated to AC/DC Ghost.
Yes, I'm. Okay, he left.
Is he? He's probably restarting his computer.
It's definitely coming from his computer.
Yeah.
is
Inconvenient, but
I'm
hilarious.
looking at the chat and. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty low for us too.
It's just that if there was something dramatic happening, it would be really
Yeah,
weird.
well, because it's who's somebody help me out. Who's the lead singer of AC/DC?
I don't
forget.
remember.
I don't know. I remember his
Hey.
name. I usually am better at that, but you can
Jamiroquai.
hear. You can like hear his wailing occasionally.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's not so much the volume. It's just that it's kind of like no matter what volume you're watching Bob's Burgers on, you can hear Louise. You know,
Yeah.
like Kristen Shaw has a voice that just transcends volume. You can just always hear it if it is present.
You mute it, and you're like, what?
Yeah, you could mute Bob's Burgers and hear Louise screaming. But that would be it, because it was really quiet, but it was so shrill. You were in the middle of narrating, and I just heard, "Wait, thank you, wait, thank you."
Every once in a while, you could hear like a guitar lick where it's like.
Yep.
He's back.
Let's see. Does that fix the issue?
What in God's green earth just happened?
Look it up.
Well,
I think you're
I didn't
right.
hear it.
I have absolutely no
Yeah,
idea
it
where it
was.
came from or how that happened. Spotify wasn't open. YouTube wasn't open.
Oh, that's wild.
Nothing anywhere on my computer. My iTunes doesn't even work. I
On
was
the
not
laptop.
listening to that song at all recently. I have no clue what just happened.
That's all good, my man. All right,
Go.
so with that, now we're gonna jump back in. So you had made your way, and you were stopped by these patrolmen, these guards, which now you know that they were highwaymen, where they were stopping you to try and rob you. And well, as your guard companion approached and started to talk to this highwayman about an interest in his offspring, whether portside or inland, asked him to come with him, and the person seemed unwilling to go. And as he took off his helm, it was revealed to be Captain Darrow, the pirate captain that had confronted Cecily last night, or that Cecily had tried to swindle, but failed because she was blue. But now with that, as he brings the helmet back and strikes it into the head of the boy, you can see him fall over, still conscious but wounded, as his helmet is kind of flung off, and you see this tuft of shaggy black hair fall from the interior of the helm as he kind of is on the ground, and he looks up, and at that point you can see the other guards emerge from the trees with crossbows pointed up at the collection of all of you, and they say, you can hear there is this one individual in particular who is shouting above the rest, and you can see that they are, let me go ahead and reveal them, right here, about 15 feet away from the cart, and you can hear, you look over and you see this gnomish individual holding a crossbow, aiming it right at you, Cecily, just as you're the closest person to them in proximity, and he says, all right, so if that's how it's gonna be, and he's like now swapping it back and forth from Cecily and Captain Darrow, says, so here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna drop all your gold, all your copper, all your silver, leave it in the cart. You're gonna get out of the cart, and then you're gonna back away, and you're gonna leave. Or you'll die. How's that sound? Huh?
Ashima is gonna pop out of the back slowly, with his hands up. Say, please, peace upon you. There's no need for violence. I'm unarmed, as are many of us. And I'll all right. No sudden movements here. It's so hard to get your character sheet on a trackpad.
Okay, 14. Alrighty. So, the gnomish man doesn't the gnomish man doesn't fire, but he does affix it on you, and he says, "Hey, stop right there! Don't move, or I'll shoot."
No intention to. You have the power. There's nothing I can do.
You're damn right. I have the power.
Now, please, let's all calmly go about this. Were you to decide to err on the side of violence, perhaps foolishly, if you might ask me, you would already win, and there's nothing we could do. There's no need to make rash decisions that would harm all of us. As I said, and you said yourself, you have the power.
I know.
Yeah, this isn't really working. I don't know how many what's going on up there.
The boy that got slammed to the ground, is he wearing anything long enough that can be stepped on so he can't like squirm away?
Yeah, well, you can see as he does start to try and like squirm away to get up, you can see Captain Darrow just kind of place the heel of his boot, like right on top of his ankle, and just kind of squeeze down, and he's just sort of leans over and says, "You're staying right there, boy. Taking you home whether you like it or not."
Well, then Bianca is going to like get up in his face in that moment and be like, "Dude, stop. He's just a boy. You don't need to hurt him."
Okay, so as you are right up in his face, as the one gnomish individual is sort of shouting way too loud, even for being 15 feet away, shouting way too loud at Ashima, he sort of looks to you, and it just is confused, and he says, "All right, now listen. I like you, and I like everything that the group of you have got going on,
but I think I can handle my own offspring. Thank you very much.
He's your kid?
Yeah, one of many.
Oh.
And then Bianca's gonna pull out the flyer. Did you put this up then?
I fucking know. Listen. And like looking at the gnome who's like kind of focused at the two of you, and he's like, all right, listen, how about I explain later, right? Can explain about this little shit here and his shitty tendencies. But for now, why don't we say we just kind of, and as he's just trying to finish the sentences, the gnome kind of, hey! Stop it! Stop talking!
Perhaps
I have the power!
it would be best if you explained now.
I'm not letting you touch his kid again. No wonder he fucking ran away if you're hurting him.
What, you think I raised him? No, if I raised him, he'd be a lot more proud looking than this. And the boy's like, you're not my dad. My dad was a privateer. He was a good man. He was a brave man. Yeah, brave indeed. Not so good though. And he squeezes into the ankle a little more.
Oh.
What? I don't. He's just like groveling on the ground. And the gnome's like,
Oh my god.
hey! Stop it! Stop! And he shoots off a bolt towards Captain Darrow when it, where are my dice at? Oh, there are my dice at. Oh, shit. All right. Oh. Okay, 17. The bolt flies and it hits him scratches past his arm, and you can hear it deflect off the armor a little bit, and he just sort of, fucking hell!
Does he loosen his grip on the boy?
No, if anything, he squeezes tighter because the forward momentum pushes more weight onto his leg, and the boy just kind of, as the gnome says,
All right,
I fucking warned you! I fucking warned you!
That's my cue. All right, I probably haven't moved from the cart. Am I like above Captain Darrow?
Yeah,
at
here,
all?
let me move to where you guys are currently at right now. Road stop.
Okay. So finding out that this wasn't a real guard, and creepy woods guy I met last night fucking with me, was obviously a very upsetting reveal. Now watching him hurt a kid that is writhing on the floor is more upsetting. Mark is going to apologize for doing this. Just getting that out of the way. But Cecily cannot fucking stand this guy right now at all. I'm going to just prepare shocking grasp, yell, hey, fuckface, and jump down onto him. And I believe, since he is wearing metal, I have advantage.
Okay, so do you see where you're currently at on the map?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're about
right there.
25 feet away from him.
Okay. I mean, I'll I don't need to, like, boing. I can just, I'll run up to him.
Okay, so as you begin to, you do not get there, sadly. As you get, because obviously there's other things happening right now, you get about right there. As you jump off the side of the cart and begin to run, that gnomish man who was yelling at you, and who was yelling at Ashima and then Captain Darrow, he says, hey! And he shoots the crossbow at you, and with that, I'd like everybody to roll for initiative as Cecily makes a sudden movement.
Well, we were right about one thing. Negotiations were short.
Yeah, sorry.
Aw. Boo. That's okay.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to click my token.
Always remember to click your token.
Can I use the 20?
Yeah, I can help.
Oh,
at the end of the
damn.
order.
Damn, and I rolled a natural
No,
one.
I'll roll it properly. I'll do it. I'll be fair. I'll never learn otherwise.
Gets a natural 20.
Wouldn't complain.
Okay, so there we go.
It's taking a minute to to load here. Okay, there we go.
That's fun.
Okay. So, with that. Alrighty. So we are gonna go now, and I'm gonna do a little swip swap here. Move that, and gotta get that. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. So
You
let me go
did pretty
ahead.
well with these guys' initiative.
Descending. Oh yeah, I did. Holy crap! Yeah, they're good. Alrighty. So.
You have the jump on us a bit.
Yeah, so we're going to put that guy's screen just so I know who he is. Alrighty, so first up we have the other fake guard, and he's going to look at Bianca, look at Captain Darrow, and then assume who's the more deadly one and thrust at Captain Darrow. That's going to be two-handed spear thrust. That is a 22 to hit, which is a hit. And then that is 8 points of piercing damage to him. Stabs him and pulls back. It's able to cut through part of the gambeson on the side, and he sort of grabs on and brings his foot off of the kid, and he grabs onto his side and he says, "Well, you'll fucking pay for that, you will." And that'll be the end of that guard's turn. Then we have Bandit over here, who is going to shoot at Cecily. Oh, wait a second. So Cecily does a 16 hit, I think, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
quite well.
So from the gnome, that'll be 6 points of damage.
Awesome.
As you jump down, the bolt kind of scrapes into your calf as you land onto the ground. Then there is going to be Desmond, since you are closest to this one, he's going to take a shot at you. That is a 14 to hit. Does that hit?
That misses.
It misses. Okay. Alrighty, so that is a miss. And that. Alrighty, so that is the end of their turn. Then we have Bandit right here. So you can see that this one over in this corner is definitely taller. They have they're not wearing a mask at all. You can see this short, kind of spiky blonde hair, and they are tall and built like an ox. And they run up and over. Yeah, they're gonna run up to Captain Darrow. Run right there, and they're gonna go ahead and make an attack. That is an 8 to hit, so that's a miss. Captain Darrow is just kind of able to move out of the way as the blade swings down, whiffs and misses. And with that, Desmond, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna try something really convoluted to try to sneak. I'm going to crawl my way. I'm gonna crawl my way over here.
Okay.
Pretend to jump off the side of the cart, climb back in, laying down, and try to roll stealth because I assume I can do that in my 30 feet. So I didn't go anywhere. I just tried to make it look like I did.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll some stealth for me.
All right. Disadvantage.
Yeah, because that's a little.
That's a monkeying around.
Okay, so you think you're pretty well hidden. You at least have some cover. I'd probably say you have half cover right now. You're not sure exactly how stealthy you are, but half cover.
Okay. Well, I'm going to either way lean out a shot and shoot at the one who attacked Cecily.
All right, screaming gnome guy.
Yeah, screaming gnome guy.
All right. Okay.
Oh, sorry. My B.
That's okay. We'll just take the 12, which is just barely a hit.
Sweet. And then I'm going to lay back down on my back after I'm done.
Okay. Alrighty. Very cool. So, alrighty. So the slingshot flicks and slams into his cheek, leaving a small cut.
and he says, I'm gonna get you for that! And,
I'm going to assume there was no sneak attack, right?
No, there was no sneak
With
attack.
my time. Just making
He
sure.
saw you, yeah. Even as scattered as he seems, he definitely saw you. Alrighty, so then we come to Captain Darrow, who is going to... He's going to draw the longsword, and Bianca, you hear him say, not exactly my favorite thing, but it'll do. And he's going to go and make 3 slashes against the bandit who came up and tried to stab him.
That's more than one.
Yeah.
Good job, Mark. Very astute today.
Yeah, I'm really cracking off some good plans here, aren't I? Good observations, good ideas. Cecily's nailing it.
Hey, someone's got to be the brains.
Okay, so all 3 of those hit. That is 23 points of slashing damage. So you see the... Oh no, the blonde one who was one of the people in the contract to bring back alive. As he runs up with a spear to thrust into him, Captain Darrow just dodges out of the way, and then 3 quick slashes with the longsword, and he falls over so dead. Just limp onto the ground as he begins to bleed out. Alrighty, so that is the end of his turn. And then we have, so all of you now can see that off to the corner here in the very far end, you can see a woman with long auburn hair, currently has a crossbow on her knee and is aiming it at, you hear her go, Thomas! And shoot the crossbow bolt at Captain Darrow. That's a 5. She's just too distraught as she fires it. It flies past him and completely misses, slamming into a tree near there. Alrighty, but that is the end of her turn. Then we have Ashima.
All right, Ashima is gonna call out, leave them unmaimed, and gonna go yonder to this feller. Running up, and he's going to take a strike with his quarterstaff. 2-handed strike.
Okay.
Mm.
Miss.
And you know what? I'll save it. Never mind. I'll use my unarmed attack, though.
And that is a hit, just barely.
All right, I'll just go for like a low Hubu style kick.
Okay, so crack into the leg, and you can see the individual kind of like buckle over in pain, and give out a grunt, but still standing. Okay, anything else?
That's it for me.
Okay, all right. Then we have, yes, seemingly the leader of this small ragtag group, and he looks at the situation, sees the one new recruit fall dead, and he aims the crossbow over at Captain Darrow and says, "That'll teach you to mess with the fucking the Pickles McGurkin McGee crew." And he you can thank the chat. I asked them for a name and a race. With that, the powers of the internet, am I right? So he shoots off the crossbow, and that is a 7. Rightly so, he misses. And he shoots off, and the bolt just flies past Captain Darrow as he just seems rather dexterous and heavily armored while wearing this armor. Or heavily armed while wearing this plate. So that's the end of their turn. Then we come to this one over here. This one is just gonna, he's also gonna take a shot at Captain Darrow. That is a 20, that's a hit. That is 6 points of piercing damage. -6. Okay. That bolt slams into his leg, and he kind of, fucking shit! And he breaks the bolt off and slams it onto the ground. And he says, "You wanna fucking fight? Bring it to my face! Don't shoot me from afar, you fucking asshole!" And definitely
getting a little angry. So then we have this individual who's off in this tree, and he's going to accept that challenge, and he's going to run up past Bianca over the horse, and right behind Captain Darrow, getting that good flanking damage, or flanking. So that's a 21. That's a hit regardless. So that will be another 6 points of piercing damage. And he tries to parry that one from behind him, but they're just too fast. And Bianca, you just see him get hit with a flurry of blows, one after the other. And then that's the end of their turn. Then we have this guard, who now currently has no ankle on him, and kind of stands up, and using half of his movement, he just says, "You're not my dad!" and slams the spear towards him.
You're not my dad!
And that's a 20, which also hits. And then that is 6 points of piercing damage again.
Yeah, fuck him up.
As the spear slides past the armor, cutting into the side of the stomach. And he sort of... Oh. You're lucky you're my kin, or else I'd fucking gotcha. And that is the end of the guard's turn. With that, Poe, it's your turn.
Is this spot right here on the cart, or is that walking space?
Oh, he's a little distracted.
Oh.
I have no idea what's happening. So, sorry, Poe, what did you say?
Is this walking space right here?
Like in between the pole and the cart?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could move in between there.
Okay, I think I know what I want to do. 31, what's my... Okay. Let me see if I can... How do you do the movement thing where you can hold your...
It's a little ruler.
Yeah, it's up on the toolbar up the
top
side.
left. I'd go to snap the
Circle
corner.
with the comb-looking thing.
Center works. Laser light show.
Okay, hold on. So, get that off. I want to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I recognize this because I heard her like scream, you know.
Yeah.
Thomas. And so with this, that's 5, 10, 15. I want to throw my net on her.
Okay, yeah. Roll for an attack.
All right.
From a fishing village.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's it, yeah. And luckily,
forgot about
there is a handy-dandy little
Cool.
net icon.
That's
yeah.
really useful, actually. Underused.
Nobody uses the net. I'm so happy.
Yeah, underused. It's really useful.
So the net kind of falls onto her, and she kind of... she's grappled? What is the net?
So, here.
I think it like the restrained condition.
Oh, yeah, they're
I think
restrained,
it does.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so funny. Alrighty, yeah. So you toss the net, and they kind of like... There's so much force behind it that the woman is knocked over and restrained with the net around her.
I'm like, just sit still, and no one will attack you, and stop attacking everyone else. And I'm going to end my turn there.
All right, make a persuasion check for me real quick. Okay, all right, we'll keep that in mind. Alrighty, so with that, Bianca, it is your turn.
Okay. Well, as long as his son isn't running away, she's just going to keep an eye on him, just in case he runs away, and then she's going to do something about that. But she'll just attack Captain Darrow 2 slices at his ankles. Hopefully he'll fall.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, roll your attacks.
There's one.
Miss.
There's the
Hit.
other. But minus the stuff. So minus, I think, 2 or 3, right? So it's just 3.
For
Because
what?
that was my bonus action.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Right.
because the second one hit. So, yeah. So that is
Mhm.
3 points of slashing
Yeah, so not a
damage.
ton, but she doesn't really know what to do because she
Okay.
doesn't want to attack friends. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh no, I support this.
So I will say, just to clarify, you were only sent for 3 people.
Yeah, but
Okay.
if we attack people they like, will they run away? I don't know.
And so he kind of looks back at you and he says, "The fuck are you doing? You're here. I'm here for the boy. I'm trying to take him back to his mother." Fuck. And he's kind of like bleeding from his calf now.
Yep.
And then from that, we'll move on to Cecily.
Okay. Cecily's not about to improve our rep with Captain Darrow. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do. So Gnome guy shot a crossbow bolt at me a while ago. I mean, as far as combat goes, like a second ago. But,
Yeah.
But so first thing I'm gonna do is look at him and just shrug. And then I'm gonna turn to Captain Darrow, and I am going to ready Witch Bolt in my hand, and I'm going to get Captain Darrow's attention, and I just want to yell him, "Hey, you better not fuck with that kid again!" And I'm just gonna have it ready to shoot at him if he bees a bad old man again.
Okay.
Then I will do that. I'm also just let's see. Do I want to move? No, I don't. Nowhere is good. There's no cover. I'm gonna stand here. Cool.
Okay.
That's it. I just readied Witch Bolt for when he fucks around again.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good. So then we come to this guard here. And I guess. Bianca, you see him go to pull back and attack you, but then he turns to Captain Darrow and he stabs at Captain Darrow. That is a 15.
Hey.
That's a miss. The spear just flies right past him. That is the end of his turn. Then we have this bandit over here. Not knowing what's happening over there, Ashima is just going to make a slice at you. That's a 13. I believe that's a miss.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, yep. So that's a miss. That is the end of their turn. Then we have Dead Bandit, Thomas, as you now know his name, and then we come to Desmond.
Desmond is very confused as to who we are supposed to be fighting at this point.
You and me both,
I'm
bucko.
I'm kind of confused as well.
But Desmond trusts Bianca. So I guess I am going to, if I can, this might be a little bit too anime-y. I want to run across the little wooden thing that's on the horse that's attached to the thing, jump off of it, and ram my dagger into Captain whatever.
Captain Darrow. Okay.
Darrow.
I'll say you can do that, but make your attack with disadvantage.
Okay. We're all about the disadvantage today.
Apparently.
Okay. So you.
But I'm an ally. Does he get any sneak attack?
I would get sneak attack, but no extra to the.
Yeah. So
Okay.
as you are running across the horse and you jump up and you do manage to get across the horse, however, you overestimate the jump by quite a bit. And as you go down to slam the dagger into him, he sees you coming to attack him and he's like, "Am I fucking blind here?" And he grabs your wrist and puts his hand on your chest and, like, using the momentum and weight, slams you onto the ground. And, well, he's just going to parry your attack. Well, he's going to repose since you missed. He's going to repose, and his repose is just going to be slamming you into the ground. And that is, oh man, that is 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he cracks you into the ground. And he says, "What the fuck is your problem?" And that'll be the Desmond. Anything else?
I'm a sheep. And then I'm going to use my bonus action to disengage and run over. Oh no, I used how much movement? Oh dang.
Yeah,
5,
you used
10.
probably most of your movement to run and then jump.
All these Assassin's Creed maneuvers are.
Yeah, because your jumping takes a lot of movement. I mean, it takes the same. So if you jump up, 3 feet and then fall 3 feet, that's 6 feet of movement.
Right.
So you're
I'm
probably
going
right
to-
there.
Try to, I don't know. I'm going to say try to hide under the dead body, but I don't think Desmond wants to do that. So I'm just going to be done.
And I'm just going to tell you there's no
I'm
point
gonna-
in rolling. There's no point in rolling. All
This
right.
guy is like super dead, not dying, dead.
I mean, he's definitely bleeding out very fast. And it not looking good for him at all.
Well, he's at negative his max, so I would assume he's like relatively unsavable with our level 2 means.
Yeah, aside from divine intervention, there's not a whole bunch happening here. Okay, so with
Yeah,
that,
-12.
it's his turn, and he's gonna look down at you, Desmond, and look at you, Bianca. And well, he's just gonna continue his business with these two chuckle fucks to his the real bandits, not the pirate captain. And he's gonna choose not to attack either one of you. And he's gonna go ahead and so let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. All 3 of those are hits as well, so that's 1, 2. Oh wow! So that is 17 points of damage to this one. As he slash into that one, he drops dead onto the ground, and then turning around to the one behind him for 9 points of damage to him. Still alive and hanging in there, but just barely. So slash, and he is that'll be the end of his turn. We come to her. She's in her net. She's gonna. What's the DC for escaping the net?
10.
10 strength check. That's a 4. Okay, so she tries and wriggles and writhes, but she's just not able to get out of this net that is on her.
Said just sit still, please.
All right. So then, Ashima, it's your turn.
As if seeing what's happening over here, but not really. Ashima is gonna, using a free action, whisper to the bandit and say, "Play dead after I hit you," and hopefully he hits him.
Okay. Yeah, that would be embarrassing.
If not, I'm gonna have to flurry of blows.
Okay, that's a
He's
hit.
sad.
And no need for him to play dead. He is just unconscious. Yeah.
He's very good at that.
Yeah.
Um,
You can tell he's still breathing, though. You can tell he's still breathing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you hit him, and he just kind of...
And then I'm just gonna move up with the rest of the gang. See if I can. Since I'm a halfling, can I hide under the horse, or is it freaking out?
No, the horse is pretty freaked out, which is part of the reason why it made it so hard for Desmond to run across it.
All right, I'll just move to the horse then, and I could probably, if need be, I'll duck under it.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'll move. Yeah, you know what? I'll just move there. That's me.
All right. Very cool. So that is the end of your turn. Then we come to Pickles Gherkin McGee here.
Love you, chat.
And he is going to well, Ashima, just seeing what you just did, he's gonna take a shot at you.
Do it.
And that is a 19 to hit.
Oh, it hits. Well, at least it didn't hit the horse. Jeez.
And 5 points of piercing damage.
Owie.
Alrighty. So then we come to this one right here, who is... Man, there's so much happening over here. But they're just going to shoot at Captain Darrow. Yeah. That is a 6, which misses. So that is the end of their turn. The bolt just kind of flies past. And... Oh, wait a second. Let's just... let's roll a D100 here. Okay, misses the horse and flies past the horse. As the bolts are just flying all around this horse, and it's very chaotic, and no one's trying. At least none of these people are trying to not hit the horse. So that is the end of their turn. Then that brings us to the one that is behind Captain Darrow. Gonna go ahead and make that attack. That is a 13, but he adds a d6. That is 19, which is a miss. 19 slashes, but he's just able to parry it with the longsword. Actually, he does have his repose back. So that is 5 points of damage, which is enough to kill him. Slicing into him as he misses with the blade, the scimitar. He deflects it and then brings the longsword back down across his chest, and he just falls over dead, bleeding out. Now only... Ooh. Not good. Let's see, only 4 people left. Alright, so then the son and the boy that you all were sent to find, he sort of looks down at Thomas's dead body and looks to his friend in the net and just sort of... He throws his spear down. Just says, Fine, take me back. Please, gods. And that is his turn. Poe, it's your turn now.
All right, I'm going to move up to this child we're trying to save. I guess she's relatively not a child to me, right?
Yeah, she's actually older than you, probably.
Yeah. I guess I'll just use my entire action just to say, hey, it's not looking good for you and your friend. Just might as well give up now. This isn't clearly not a life you want to be on. And I'm going to attempt to try and make sure she stays restrained. In the meanwhile, unless she doesn't resist anymore.
Okay, first I'd like you to make a persuasion check. Again. Because you see she's not as... well, she wasn't as erratic before. But you just... I mean... She's watching all of these people that she's, granted, only been with for, a week or two, just being slaughtered. And she just kind of begins to move and wriggle, and she's like, no, you're just going to do the same thing to me that they did. No, get this off of me. And you see she's trying to wriggle and writhe and try and get the net off of her. But you do restrain her a little bit, so it's even more difficult for her to get out of the net. Alrighty. Bianca, it's your turn.
Okay. She is going to use her blood curse of binding on Captain Darrow.
Okay.
But she's going to, well, I don't know if I'll need to amplify it, actually. He's just a medium-sized creature. He's not that much bigger, right?
No, he's just normal, human size.
Yeah. Okay.
5'10",
Yeah,
probably.
so I'm going to do that on Captain Darrow first. So she's going to just do the normal, kind of reach her hand out, punch her fist in a blood-bending style. And I think it's a, where is it? Strength saving throw, which he might succeed on. Crap, but that's fine.
Okay. What's the DC?
I believe it's 14.
14. Okay, so
yeah.
Strength saving throw, that is a 14, so that's a success on his part.
Damn.
Because right, favor in the swinger. Right, yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay.
That has been the rule, yes.
Okay, so that is just barely a success on his part.
Well, half my plan is done then, and it was necessary. Oh crap! I don't know what to do. I guess she's gonna turn to the son and say, "You don't have him. You can come with us." And then she's just gonna reach out her hand to him.
Okay.
And I don't know what else to do, so she's gonna do that.
Okay, alrighty. Make a persuasion check for me. You can just kind of see him shy away from you a little bit. Not trying to, like, about to run away, but definitely not on board.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Okay.
I have nothing else that I can really do.
Okay.
So that's me.
Alrighty, so then that brings us to Cecily.
Yep. I'm keeping. What's up?
Mark technically held his action for when, if the last turn, if the guy did anything, and I just remembered, so.
And well, he didn't attack
To the kid.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So that is an
otherwise I'd have fucked.
Yeah, and that is an expended use of one first level spell slot.
Well, unless I continue to hold it, right? I forget exactly how that works, but if I continue to hold it, can I just keep doing that this round as well?
I'll say yeah. I'll say yeah, sure. If
okay.
You just
I can look up. Yeah, I can look that up once this session's over and see if that's the way it's done. But I'm just gonna get on top of the cart, and so it's over, Anakin, and I'm going to just keep Witch Bolt ready in case the same condition. If he fucks with the kid at all, then I'm just gonna shock him.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna keep holding it.
Guys, I swear if Pickles kills me, I'm gonna shit my pants. I want you to know right now.
You have more than 12 HP though, right?
No, I have 7 right now.
Yeah, but no, why is your max at a 12? Because my max is 14.
I think I rolled bad.
Yeah, okay.
Alrighty.
I just wanted to check.
So then with that, we come to Desmond. Desmond, you are prone on the ground. You just got slammed down there by Captain Darrow after he yelled some expletives. What are you doing?
Well, I'm seeing stars, first of all, a little bit. And then... Oh, Lord. Desmond's starting to feel very bad about everything that is going on with these children. This is the first time he's ever in his life felt bad about trying to hurt something. I am going to, seeing that he didn't attack me last time, I'm going to move away without disengaging. And I'm going to move myself 5, 10, over here. Or here, maybe.
And he does not attack.
Okay. And I'm going to I'll do a slingshot at him. At Captain Darrow.
Okay.
No,
roll an attack.
We're all feeling for these kids.
All right.
I think I put it at disadvantage, but by accident.
So an 11. So not a natural 1, luckily, but an 11 still sort of the stone ting off of the metal plate armor that he still had on from that guard. Okay. So
And then I didn't use my bonus action, so I'm gonna go over here and hide.
Okay. Are you going to disengage from the bandit? Because there is.
Is there
guy
somebody?
Right yeah, you were just standing right next to somebody when you flinged the slingshot.
We both look at each other. It's like a Scooby-Doo moment. Like,
I'm just gonna, like sheepishly while looking at him, kind of shimmy my way. I'm not gonna. Well, oh fuck. Okay, I'm gonna No, I can't go any further. I'm just gonna stand there.
Okay.
I'll just stand there.
Alrighty. So, then it comes to Captain Daro's turn. And the stone just deflected off of him. And he just...
I'm gonna point at the guy standing next to me, holding my slingshot behind my back.
And he's going
Dennis the Menace.
Longsword in hand, he's gonna kind of feel the weight of it a little bit more. It's a little heavy, but... And you see him, like, hurl back, and then as you think he's about to throw this sword at you, he turns and spins and throws it towards good old Pickles Gherkin McGee.
Oh, no, I didn't want him to die.
So that is a...
Well, Shima didn't. I do.
17, which is a hit. And that is... Woo! 12 points of damage. So Pickle, he grabs the longsword and just feels the weight of it and then chucks it, very akin to... Cameron, you get a weird feeling in the pit of your stomach where you're like, I've seen that before. And the sword flings through the air and just slams into the stomach, like hacking into the stomach of Pickles. And he... Ah! And then falls onto the ground, long sword in his stomach as he just begins to bleed out, screaming about how this isn't the last you've heard of the Pickles McGurkin McGee gang. Ah!
I hope.
And then he sort of turns to you, Desmond, and turns to you, Bianca, and he raises his hands up. No weapons, see? And that'll be the end of his turn. And then we have the woman here. She's going to roll disadvantage because... Okay, so that's still not an escape. She just sort of wriggles in the net trying to break free, but it just doesn't happen. As she's unable to move out, Poe keeping her confined in the net. With that, Ashima, it's your turn.
Oh man. All right. Looking at Bianca. Bianca, how you feeling about Captain Dara right now?
She's...
I know how I'm feeling.
Oh. Well, are you actually asking her, or are you trying to get an infer from...
I'm trying to infer, you know, like, what's your stance look like? Are you, like, raring to go at him?
She's trying to figure out, basically, if she should shoot him or the bandit behind the boy.
I'll make it easy for you. I'm gonna come right about here, Captain Darrow. Is he still on the kid?
No, he's been off of him since combat started. Because the kid is standing up now and just threw his spear onto the ground.
Okay, Captain Darrow. I called for peace. And if peace will not be your tutor, then pain will be the cruel tutelage. And I'm gonna hit him with my quarterstaff.
Okay. So as you're about to swing, he says, I'd like to see you fucking try.
I'm gonna try. And it's gonna load.
Okay.
It's gonna...
Miss. Swing and you crack down. It just hits him. Shoulder pauldron slamming. Boom,
Ooh, wow, really?
Bonging off. Yep. He's wearing full plate that he stole from a
Damn.
guard. And he has a shield.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Alright, well, I'll end my turn there.
Okay, alrighty. Then we have Pickles, who is dead. Then we have this guy, who is gonna look around, and he's going to run.
That's only reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whisper shout at him, smart move, smart move. While he's doing
You don't
that.
take an attack of
And
opportunity.
I'm not gonna take a reaction.
Okay, alrighty. So
No.
then he just runs and boom, he's gone. And at that point,
I can't blame him.
combat is through. As you whack the quarterstaff against him, he just keeps his arms raised, and he says, "Alright, listen. My patience wears thin, and I'm willing to forgive these minor transgressions. Do we have an accord?"
Don't
I'm
touch
gonna-
either kid, any of the kids again. Sorry. Cecily
Yeah.
wanted to do something.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to announce that I am almost frustrated that I didn't get the chance to electrocute him.
I'm
I'm
also
just gonna, like-
frustrated you didn't, but
Yeah, I'm gonna growl and I'm gonna discharge it just right into the air, and just let it go. Because I don't want to hold concentration on it through a conversation. That feels cheesy. Just
Very Dragon Ball
But
Z.
Very anime. Oh my god.
the whole time waiting for the opening, just but I'll shoot it off in the air. I'm gonna hop down. I'm gonna join the group, and Cecily, I'm not gonna say anything, but she's probably gonna do an unusual thing here, where I'll go up to the teenager that he had his neck on, and I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna kneel by him and see if he's okay.
The which one?
The teenager that he had his neck on at the beginning. The one that's not in the net.
Oh, okay. No, he just had his heel on his ankle. So
Okay,
like, pinning
yeah,
him
all
down
right.
onto the ground. But yeah, he's standing up now. He threw a spear down. He had gotten up throughout the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And as you approach, he just kind of takes a few wary steps back from you. And he seems fine, aside from a little bit of bleeding from his forehead from where the helmet hit him. He seems fine for the most part, just anxious and a little weirded out.
Okay. Well, other than being very angry, that is what Cecily is doing. So that's it.
I'm gonna walk over to the blonde kid that he killed. Tell Darrow, we came for this one. You can carry him. You'll carry the weight regardless.
Well, why were you after this one?
Someone's child.
Confidential.
They wanted them home.
Sorry, I'm not allowed to share that information with guards, you see.
Alright, let me make something real clear for all of you. For one, the blue one right there, I know her. She told
Yeah,
me
fuck
her
off.
name.
You don't know anything about me.
Oh, I think I know quite a bit. She said her name was Aravel, but I have a feeling that's not actually
I
her
did,
name.
didn't I?
Yes, you did, and I knew you were lying the entire time. Because, believe it or not, I've been a liar my whole life. Alright? And I told her to go back to the group and do a little bit of a history lesson, and it seems like she didn't. So for those of you that don't know, my name's Captain Darrow.
And Bianca, Ashima, Poe, you know that name. He is a demon of the seas. Very, for one, highly feared, very wanted by many, many, many different militaries around the world for the heinous acts and crimes he's committed.
May your ashes be stifled, and the smoke never rise.
Alright, listen, I don't need the morality lesson, Loshari, alright? I'm here as a favor to Isabella, alright? And you can see the boy kind of sort of flinch when he says that name. Yeah, exactly. Of course I know your mother's name. Fucking hell. Came here as a favor. So, seems like she had already put up a notice about it to retrieve not only him, but apparently 2 friends he's made along the way. So, I'm sorry about the one. I really am. But
I'll speak as a mercenary then, not a Loshari. You killed our mark and you owe us.
Oh, I do.
I actually didn't hear any of that. Sorry, it's Connor.
He said, "Oh, I do." All right.
Okay.
Sure. How about this?
You do. He says as he's dragging up the other one.
Still in the net, like, ah!
I mean, good job.
And
We got one.
The boy, he says, could you please let Christina out of the net? It's okay.
Of course. I'm gonna let her.
As you cut open the net, and she kind of comes out. She scurries up and a little bit away from you, but she doesn't seem like she's running away. And she says, okay. Adam, do we have to go back? And he, Captain Darrow looks at the boy, says, she named you Adam. That's funny. It's really funny. Well, Junior, I suppose that we should head back to Summer's Rest then, hmm? Or, well, I suppose you could have an armed caravan there, and I could head back to my ship. How's that sound? He says, yeah, I think I'll be fine with that. He says, good. So, listen, fine. You can have your missed payment for all of them, and since there seems to be a very clear disposition towards me, we'll leave it at this. And I'd like to say, I like a lot what you all are cut from. It's admirable, if nothing else. So, please, and he reaches on to a small purse that was attached to his belt and throws it on the ground, and you can hear it heavy with coins as it clinks onto the ground. And he says, in there is all the money that was on the guard I killed to get this armor. And as I'm sure you've only ever heard the bad things about me, since it seems as though the blue one, Aravel, as I'll keep calling her, I'd like you to know that I only take and rob and steal and kill those who are deserving. At least according to me. So, the guard I killed for this armor, no saint. In fact, if I told you the things he'd done, you'd be thanking me. The people I stole from last night, rich merchants who crush the poor people underneath their feet. And these bandits, the ones who roam these forests and hills,
If only you knew. But you didn't. And I'm willing to forgive that because I've lived a long life and I've seen how many mistakes a young person can make. So, the coin is yours, not only from what I stole from those fat, ugly merchants yesterday, but what I stole from this guard too. And you know what? I don't really like this breastplate anyway. And he takes off the breastplate and he throws it onto the ground. You liked the armor so much, Poe.
Is his AC lower now?
Yeah. You can have it. I'll head back to Port Alexi, go back to my ship, and all I ask is that money that I stole from those merchants, I was going to give to Isabella. So, if you could not be greedy enough to take that and give that 150 gold to her, I'd greatly appreciate it. So, I bid you farewell, O noble mercenaries. I wish you the best of luck in transporting the two of them and the corpse back. And most of all, I hope that the next time we meet, for your sake, it's not on the seas. Bid you farewell. And he bows, and he picks up two of the scimitars that were on the ground and begins to walk eastward towards the small port city that is north of Bellaclara.
After he's walked away far enough, Poe is going to quickly grab that armor and start cleaning it off.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty dinged and banged up from the previous fight with all of the different cuts and scrapes, but yeah, a few taps of the hammer, you feel like if you get near a stream of water, you could probably get it fixed up pretty well.
I will be in the cart, trying to think of how I can ever forgive you all for letting him walk away.
How far away is he?
Maybe 30, 45 feet now. He's not running.
You
He's
want me to
just...
take a shot at him, Mishima?
Do what you think is right.
Anyone else?
Cecily is highly conflicted and very angry and feels powerless, so she is going to kick the bag of money and start shooting lightning at the ground.
Okay.
And not be very helpful other than that.
I'll be in the cart.
Kind of detached from everybody at this point because she feels so fucked.
Well, Bianca's gonna look at the kids. And basically, like, kind of silently just kind of motion to them, like, that they're welcome to go into the cart, trying to, like, make them not feel any more awkward than I'm sure they already do.
Okay. At this point now, he's probably 65, 70 feet away.
What's the range on the... Oh, it probably says. I'll just check.
I
Yeah.
think it's like 30 feet, and then 60 feet. It's not very far.
30 to 120.
Okay, so
It says 30 to 120.
so if you were to take a shot, it'd be with disadvantage.
Okay. Anyone? I have a rock in my slingshot.
I'm already gone. Otherwise, I'd say, yeah, hell yeah, do it. But I can't.
Are you guys going to help me if he comes back?
Of course, we'll defend you.
And I'll let the rock fly. I will try to hide first.
Yes! 1 minute. I keep going. I'm in the cart.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Roll for an attack with disadvantage.
Go in a disadvantage.
Okay. So you pick back the rock, you try and aim it as best you can, and it flies and just kind of coasts away and slams into the dirt. Misses him. There's too much of a draft, too much wind going on. It's hard to aim. At this point, he's maybe 100, 110 feet away.
I don't think he's our fight yet. He's one day. We just have a duty to do right now. We need to get these kids back safe. That's our priority. We should do that.
He doesn't even need to be our fight. He just hurt these kids. That was enough for me to not be on his side.
All right, Cecily will kick the bag of money again, and then she's gonna head into the cart. If have the two bandit kids come into the cart at this point?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'll just sit and wait for the group to make a choice on what to do. But once we start moving, I'll probably ask the bandit kids some stuff.
Bianca will pick up the bag of money Darrow left and just, unless someone else really wanted to hold on to it, but she'll do it. And then get in the cart.
Okay.
What do we do about the bodies?
Of the bandits?
Is the one kid that we were supposed to save, is his body still on the ground?
Yeah, unless somebody loaded it up into the cart.
I'm gonna go take a look. Joe, what do I see?
Okay. He is probably a little bit older than you, maybe 18, 19 years old. Definitely the oldest of the trio. You can see that there are some cuts and bruises on his face and neck a little bit. There are three big slashes across his chest where the blade that Darrow had just kind of slashed through. And yeah, he doesn't really have any wealth or coins on him. Definitely not breathing anymore, and the blood gushing is it stopped, really. He's been lying there for so long now.
All right. He's going to take a deep breath. And he's going to have his hand on his hammer. Well, you know what, actually, if we go back now, what are we going to tell this kid's parents? I don't think that there's any glory going back like this. Desmond, do you have your slingshot ready?
Always.
Bianca, how's your sword doing?
Seems good.
Your staff still have those markings on it?
Calls in from at this point. I think Ishima's been listening to all this and is already like at the reins. Yep.
All right. And Poe's going to nod, and he's going to put the body in the cart and get in. Okay. Shima, take it away.
My kind of hunting. He's just gonna, once everyone gets in, saunter forward.
Okay. So at this point, after all the conversation and everything that's happened, he probably is about 400, 450 feet away. So you'd kind of have to break into a gallop on the cart.
Oh yeah, I said saunter. Let's gallop instead.
Oh, we're going after him?
Yeah.
What? I didn't know that.
Oh.
I thought you were going home.
No, fuck that. I'm making decisions now.
Okay.
The kids want to help get them ready. I'm steering this train.
Is the one bandit who Ashima knocked unconscious? You said that he was still breathing. Is he still alive at this point, or is he a goner?
No. He's still alive. I mean, he's just unconscious until somebody like forcibly tries to wake him up.
Well, I'm going to see that he's awake, and I'm going to try to do that.
Okay.
Unless anybody wants me to leave him for now.
I mean, he would still have, like, no health, right?
Yeah, he.
I just don't want him to wake up in a pile of dead bodies not knowing where any of his friends went.
Yeah, that's nice.
So I'm just going to...
Okay,
Gently, though.
What's going on? What's happening?
We're sorry about everything that's happened. We're going after the man who was dressed as a guard now. Here,